Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof. And welcome back to Shadows of Sorcery. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my wonderful cast. Standing with swords drawn and already 1 point of exhaustion, it's Prodigious Maximus, as played by Elfie Oakwood.
Fuck, I forgot about the exhaustion. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no!
With bow drawn and mace pocketed and bread covered, it's Ingvar Svan, as played by Lydia.
I was wondering why I could hear two Lucians and I realized I'd left the stream off.
With knife and blade at the ready, it's Darren Moran, as played by Lying.
We're gonna die.
And last but not least, phoning in from technical difficulties land, it's Arcus, the librarian, as played by Zarian. It's a time, everybody.
Hello.
It's a time. Right, so who wants to do the recap? Nobody? Very well, I shall take it from here. Last we left off, our intrepid team of adventurers spoke briefly with the Senthal family, whom the Baroness was once a member. Vorsinia Utrecht Hamora was once Vorsinia Utrecht Senthal. And as such, she has family. But she doesn't treat family the same way she treats guests. And so, we find ourselves at the base of the Cathedral of Metano, as our intrepid party were informed that there's a different way in to the inner sanctum of the crime baroness, I suppose, Vorsinia Utrecht Hamora. You all ventured down to the docks, where you saw a cave opening halfway up the cliff underneath the cathedral. And you attempted to venture across, somewhat unsuccessfully, I should point out, but eventually you did manage it.
See you.
Bless me indeed. You managed to venture across, only taking slight bits of psychic damage from the magical, sort of overpowering magic that is currently infesting this space. And you have all climbed up onto the ledge that leads into this sort of broken down stone walls that have uncovered a cave entrance into what looks to be some form of darkened passageway. Behind you, you can hear the gentle lapping of waves against the rocks below you. And in front of you, there is only darkness. What are we doing, team?
That ain't ominous at all.
We are
Who has
screaming,
dark-
crying, and throwing up.
Who has dark vision?
I do.
I also do. Should we be the ones in the front?
Yeah.
Okay.
So going to declare that I cast Mage Hand and keep it up with the party.
Okay. Alright.
We're gonna sort of gently creep through this area, I think.
So
Looking out for traps.
Ingvar and the librarian taking up the rear. Alright, so if one of you wants to roll me either perception or investigation.
I will do investigation.
I will do which one sucks less. Perception sucks less. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna have to roll this
21
twice.
from
Because I've got fucking...
Yeah, you've got disadvantage.
Well, that's a
At
waste
least you got
of
a 20.
That's a waste of a 20.
One nat 20, and yeah, unfortunately you're gonna have to roll that again.
11.
11. 11's
11
not bad.
in the sea.
11's not bad. But you got a 21 because of your natural talent, right, Baron?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Reliable tap.
Both of you start to sort of edge your way into this sort of craggy-looking cave mouth. You see sort of like the narrow edges of where sort of old brick walls covered in like this fading white plaster-like substance protrude from the edge of the rock, and in front of you there is a small sort of corridor that seems like it might have once extended out the side of the cliff, but something has collapsed in front of it. You look inside, no traps that you can see, but I will say that you can hear a sort of clicking sound, kind of sound that bone makes when knocking against bone. It's distant, but it is audible.
Rod, I think you should step in front.
yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take the lead as far as I can go.
All right.
Close.
I'm gonna turn on your light real quick. Yeah, you come to this sort of broken down wall that leads into this sort of empty passageway with rough-hewn wooden floorboards that seem to have seen much, much better days. It's honestly empty. It's eerily empty. The entire space feels like you're just disturbing dust, as it were.
So can I, like, how long, like, I understand we're just disturbing dust, but, like, how long has it been since someone's been down here, if I had to estimate?
If you had to estimate, give me an intelligence check.
Oh yeah, I'm great at these.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, I know.
Every
Don't you
opportunity.
At least there's a button on our character sheet so that everything can be disadvantage.
10.
10. 10's not bad. 10 gets you something. This space has been undisturbed for, or at least this specific space down here has been undisturbed for maybe a couple of centuries.
Okay. So.
But not undisturbed in that nothing living has been down here in centuries.
Oh.
Or at least
I don't
on
like
this
the
sort of
prison.
upper level, you haven't seen... You see no traces of things that would be alive, basically. Like, there's no little bits of, like, food, there's no refuse, there's no, like, chalk marks indicating I need to go this way. There's nothing like that. There's no boot prints in the dust. There's small, like, trails, but that's kind of normal from, like, rocks sliding and, like, little bits and pieces moving around. Mostly, like, terrain movement.
Okay.
Would we call this underground?
Yes, I would call this underground.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering. I know Ingval doesn't have dog vision, but he does have proficiency, I guess, underground. From being, is there anything he can?
I mean, you have the Hopewell mining engineer stuff.
Yeah.
That I'm not
I don't know
sure
if that-
if that applies to this, but if you have something else that applies to being underground, then let me know. So this entire space is very much in disrepair, and it looks like it hasn't been accessed properly by anyone living for years. But you do hear like the occasional click and clink of like metal like blowing in the wind, the occasional sound of like a fading, guttering magical torch that you can see sort of lighting the edges of this area. The sort of the tumble of occasional rock and like little bits and pieces that are slowly disintegrating as time wears its way across everything.
Okay, I beckon the other guys to come on in. I think I'm gonna start by sort of exploring this passageway here. I see that the floor is cracked, and I think even Prod would notice there's holes in it.
Yes, no, the floor is very much damaged to a point where it's like, oh, I need to be careful here, is what I would say.
Does he spot this little fella holding the
I mean,
bow?
if you see him, you see him. Yeah. Like you look to your left and there's just a skeleton with a bow just standing at the parapet.
Okay. Does he see me?
What is do you want to stealth?
I think I've been stealthing this whole time.
Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, okay, as a point, if you want to stealth, you have to roll a stealth check. That is my point.
Yeah.
You can just exist and he might not notice you.
That would be a 4.
Okay. So yes, he does notice you. You watch as the skeleton sort of kind of cocks an ear, even though it doesn't have ears. And you watch as this sort of grinning skull turns towards you and doesn't seem to do much.
I wave. Like, I don't say, I go like, hi.
The skeleton
Just see
sort
if he
of
wants to kill me.
The skeleton sort of tentatively raises a hand and does this very sort of robotic kind of wave back at you.
Okay. So not openly hostile then.
Not openly hostile, no.
Fantastic. I go, guys, there's some skeletons here, and I don't think they're gonna try and kill us the first thing we do.
What else do you see up there?
Not much. I sort of kind of see some ghoulies and ghosties.
There's quite a few
Hanging
undead around, yeah.
There's quite a few undead. But they don't seem to be, like, doing much.
They just seem
So
to...
we could-
They're just kind of chilling, by the looks of it.
I think they're just chilling. Should we ask them who they serve?
Probably a good idea. I mean, generally speaking, the restless dead don't show up and just be kind of chill about it, but...
Yeah. Do you want to ask? Because I feel like I am a bit tired at the moment and may not do a good job.
I suppose. I don't have a lot of experience talking to the dead.
Also, if you fall through the floor, you can kind of just keep flying. I feel like if I fall through the floor, I will fall.
Right.
Yep.
Do I start with someone who has a voice box, or do we think the skeleton can still talk?
I don't fucking know. Just go talk to...
Is that stereotyping? Am I being really rude? I don't know. I don't know what the etiquette is. Okay, I will approach the skeleton in a posture of peace.
Okay.
Backing you up, bro.
How far do you move? Like, do you move to where you have put your character, or are you moving further?
I'm starting with where I've moved my character.
Okay. As you sort of start stepping across this very old wooden floor, you hear the, like, creak under your weight as the wooden boards sort of... The skeleton sort of looks up at you, puts a hand on his bow, and gets smashed to pieces as a massive tentacle rises out of the water in the room below and smacks it into a pile of ash and bones.
No.
A massive tentacle rises out of the water and slowly pushes into the room that you are in.
So, like...
I'm gonna back up cautiously.
So the one behind this, like, little grate area? Oh, there. Okay.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, there, yeah. This
Right
skeleton,
there.
by the way, is dead, as this gigantic tentacle slams down on that sort of section of wood. You hear the wood underneath it crack, and the stone crumble as it sort of draws back down and into the water.
Who you? Bag. I'm not making a bad joke.
Pearl is also
Not
saying you
yet.
need to switch your scene.
Oh?
There we go.
Oh, yes, I'm on. Dear.
Okay, so do we think that's kind of like a making noise problem? Or
Sequence of events would lead me to believe that.
okay.
I
Can I
if
pick
something
up
that big is going to cost us valuable time if we deal with it.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up like a piece of debris or rock or something, and I'm gonna like chuck it towards right towards the end. How do you do the pointy thing?
There's a little, it's T, or there's a little thing on your character portrait in the corner.
There we go. I'm gonna throw a rock like there.
Okay.
And basically just see if the tentacle comes up to smack it.
Roll me a strength check to see how hard you throw this rock.
I have +4 to strength at disadvantage. Whee! That's a 14.
14. You throw this rock towards the end of the corridor, and you hear the clank. For a moment, nothing happens. Then you watch as this tentacle sort of slams down over the area where the rock is, kind of here.
Yeah.
And then it slides back into the sort of murky depths of this chamber below.
Oh no, because we are not going to start doing sign language because people can't see what we're doing. But essentially, Prodigious Maximus goes no with his hands, and then like a little like shh, shh to everybody, and then does some sort of like interpretive thing about like tentacle hearing.
You're doing interpretive
quiet.
tentacle dance.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, why didn't he just whisper into the communication ring?
He's doing interpretive tentacle dance. None of you know what this means, but he's doing interpretive tentacle dance.
And that is the point. So we're gonna be really quiet then, I guess. I know that this is just set dressing, but I really want to look in these barrels.
It's never just set dressing, Elfie. You can go do what you want. I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm gonna be very gentle and light on my feet, and I'm gonna go look in these barrels.
Okay. Roll me either acrobatics or athletics.
Which one? Athletics. Okay, come on, baby.
And actually,
That would be a 22.
I need you to roll me a d4.
Oh no.
All right. That would be a 2.
Okay. Darren, you watch as Prod walks about 5 feet forwards past this sort of column here, this sort of line here, and vanishes.
Whoop.
We'll get to
Prod.
Prod in a minute.
Prod, you there? Vanishes how?
You watch as he kind of steps forward, and it looks like he kind of steps through an invisible curtain and just disappears. There's this sort of shimmer of sort of like semi-translucent wibbly stuff that sort of closes around him, and then he vanishes.
I will try to reach my hand forwards into the same kind of area.
Nothing there.
Does my hand stay visible?
Your hand stays visible.
See, my rapier's a bit long. I've shoved that forwards. If this
Rapier
hits you.
stays visible.
That's disconcerting. Librarian, you're up. Do I see anything that looks magical in front of me?
There's the problem with this place is there is magic everywhere. It's like this place is a center of like magical energy. There is no way to differentiate, essentially.
Great.
Arcus.
Arcus,
I do my little detect magic. Sorry, Discord was literally crashing.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Okay. You do a detect magic. There is magic everywhere. There's a lot of magic, actually. It's kind of overwhelming in this space.
Prod went that way and then just disappeared.
Can I direct my eyeballs to the way that Prod disappeared and get the spell name, which is what I would normally get, or like the description of what it does?
There's... Ooh. There is no spell. Or rather, there is no spell that would have a name you could understand. Whatever happened here was cast by something orders of magnitude more powerful than even the most powerful wizards. Even if you could get a glimpse at the tiniest sliver of a page of what this spell did, it would take you a lifetime to decipher it.
That's one hell of a spell.
Alright, I guess we just walk in then. It's ancient.
Oh, you're just gonna walk straight through?
I mean, there's not much else we can do. It's not like we
All
can...
right. I'm gonna roll a d4
call
for
Prod.
you.
Oh wait, actually, ring, 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 ring. I talk into the speaking ring of communication and go, "Hey, Prod."
Prod,
What's up?
you don't hear anything.
Oh.
Well,
Well, shit.
Prod's dead, guys.
So you're walking forward, right, librarian?
Yeah. If everyone else thinks it's a good idea, then yes.
No, I don't. But
No,
I don't
but we've
see
got
an
no other-
alternative.
Yeah, we
Okay.
don't really have much of a choice.
Librarian, you walk forward the same direction as Prod, and you watch as soon as like the sort of torso section of the librarian crosses this specific threshold, Darren, the librarian vanishes.
Okay, either half the party's dead or we just can't see them.
Um,
I have no way of telling.
well, that's a great 50-50 chance now, isn't it?
Yeah, great start.
Do you want to follow them or do you want to stay out here?
Can I send my mage hand into that space and see what happens to it?
Sure. You send your mage hand across the sort of threshold, and it passes across and goes to the other end of the hall.
Can I have it grope around a little bit, see if it finds anybody?
There's rocks.
Do you think this spell only activates on living creatures?
I don't even know what spell it is. All I see is magic everywhere. Like some of it's a kind of a bluish haze, some of it's orange. I don't know what any of that means.
I'm just thinking if it's magic, it's people or live creatures only because your sword didn't work.
No, my hand didn't work either.
Yeah.
Might just mean it needs to be the entire.
Oh god, what if I pass when I just leave my leg behind?
I mean, I don't see hollows over there, so surely that'd be the same problem, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
This is how we get a TPK. I feel like this is how we get a TPK.
In the opening hour.
Yeah.
Either we go through there or deal with a tentacle.
I think the tentacles. We're gonna have to deal with the tentacle going the other way.
Yeah, but at least if we go through the hole,
right now I could not tell you if they are invisible, if they have been transported elsewhere, if they have been erased from the entire universe as they stepped forwards, like into some kind of black hole. I don't know what just happened. I only know it happened very quietly. This could be literally anything. No idea.
I mean, at this point, all we know for certain is we're here and they're somewhere. Or something happened to them.
I feel like it would be suicide for us to step forward into it, not knowing what's gonna happen. And can't really afford to be taking such a risk at this exact evening.
I suppose you've got a point. So we look and see if by chance they've ended up somewhere else around here?
On the off chance that they've entered some kind of sequestration field, I say we give them a couple of minutes to see if they turn up again.
Sequestration field.
Okay. So, we're going to
Darren has a 22 intellect. He knows some words.
We're going to pass over to the other members of the party for the moment. And I need to quickly hide some stuff from you all.
Okay.
So that you guys will not be able to see the various things that I have planned.
Planned.
And I'm going to summon you all
Step by
to
my phone.
this board.
Holy smokes!
Oh.
This is my creation space. It's what I've been using to test things and so on and so forth. I'm going to quickly summon in your player characters. Give me 1 second. Rarian, Rod, Ingvar.
Welcome to Elysium, everyone.
And where's...
That's better than I'm currently stuck at.
Where's Darren? Okay. So, This is where you guys are currently. Your minis should be in now, so you should be able to find them. So, in Prod and the librarian, you two, as you step through into this sort of veil of magic, you two find yourselves in sort of a marble hallway. There's bright lights, gold gilded pillars, there's beautiful mosaics on the floor and the walls, there's gold all the way throughout this entire space. And it takes you a moment before you realize that you're technically in the same place. But it's a lot grander. It's a lot more majestic. And it's a lot more crowded. As you sort of start looking around, you see there's people everywhere, all wearing heavy robes or large sort of gold rings and marks of their station. And you're looking around, and it's just an immense expanse of white marble and gold all around you. And you look down sort of the tiers of this chamber that you were in before, that previously was dark, dank, flooded. There was crystals growing out of the water. There was moss and ivy climbing over the walls and rushing through the floorboards. Here, the floors are marble. The walls are solid stone. The columns are intricately carved. And at the center of this entire space is a long red carpet that leads to this sort of raised dais, a platform over which a figure in heavy robes presides. You also look around and you see guards and nobles and priests all sort of gathered in this same space.
Can any of them see us?
You've walked into this area and you accidentally jostled someone, and that person looked around at you, looked at your outfit, sneered at you, and turned around and looked back down at the at this sort of kind of Colosseum-esque style pit that is in the middle of this room, except way more ornate.
I'm like, librarian, you're here. Great. What do we do?
Librarian, you enter this area, and the first thing you think of when you suddenly look around and you realize where you are, I guess, is this architecture looks familiar.
What's going on?
From down in the pit and sort of magnified across the room, you hear a heavy, booming voice reverberate through the whole place. And this voice states, "Welcome, fellow chosen of the gods. We are here to pass judgment upon those who are deemed unworthy of our deity's true light." And you look down into this sort of pit area, and you can see at the front of it there's a pair of like heavily armored guards with massive glaives and a circle of runes in sort of the middle of this sort of square at the front, underneath, like a good 20 feet below this raised dais. And there's suddenly a sort of flash, and a pillar of white light erupts, and standing in that pillar, in shackles, is a woman, maybe 30, 35 years old, with sort of a heavy grey streak through one side of her black hair, and she looks beaten, bruised, cuts across her face and her arms. Her dress is torn. Her fingernails are ragged claws at this point. And you look down and you see all the guards in the area kind of stiffen up, and you watch as they sort of slam their glaives down onto the ground, and there's this clang sound as they do that reverberates across the room. And the figure on the dais sort of looks down at this person in front and says, "Ezra Altova, you are charged with high crimes against the Church of Metano. How do you plead?" And we are going to pass back over to Darren and Ingvar. It's been about 5 minutes, and neither Prod nor the librarian have returned.
Oh, they haven't come back.
Yeah, if they were just checking out the barrels, whatnot, shouldn't have taken them.
You don't think their barrels were possessed, do you?
Might have been trapped.
Can we check the barrels? The traps, you think?
I can't really check them without going over there. That's exactly what you.
I mean, I could use pass without trace. That might help. Be extra sneaky.
I'm staying here. At least one of us should stay out here, at the very least.
But I don't think they're coming back anytime soon. I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe on the off chance that they ended up in some pocket dimension or whatever, like the way that like the way Arcus's dimension work or something. Do you have any chalk on you or something so we can leave a message went?
Dog? He kind of pats himself down for a second.
I mean, you probably have like some form of writing implement.
Yeah,
I
I
would
just
assume
want
had
to
some.
pointing way we.
I've got a tinder box. I've got flint in here. If that's any help.
Flint and charcoal, maybe?
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I will draw a arrow pointing along the corridor as we're in.
Okay.
Going away from us.
Alright.
And I will also write Prod at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will start sneaking my way down this way.
Okie dokie. So, where is your intended destination?
I mean, there doesn't seem to be anywhere up from here, so I'm aiming for those stairs across the way.
Okay. Roll me a athletics or acrobatics to get across this area without attracting attention. Or you can do a stealth check if you like. It's up to you.
I will make it a stealth check because that's thematically appropriate, but my best is still just a +2.
Okay.
I did offer.
Okay.
I'm gonna start flapping.
Yeah, you hear, you get to about here, and then you step forward and you hear as one of the floorboards under you just kind of leans very far down. And so you sort of sprint forward. I need you to roll me a d4.
Yep.
My fucking god, okay. You sprint forward, and you see the hole in front of you, and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna go through. And you sort of start flapping your wings, and you watch as Darren vanishes from view, Ingvar, and you, Darren, appear in this lovely marble hallway. And you kind of smash into the ground as, like, the disorientation sort of knocks you off your feet, and you look around and there's people everywhere. And you're looking, and there's this voice reverberating through your head that's just, for the crimes against the Church of Metano, you are hereby sentenced to death. And you sort of hear that voice reverberating through your skull as you're looking around this massive marble hall. Yeah. Ingvar, you watch Darren vanish into thin air.
You mean Argus?
Ingvar.
Oh, wait, no. Right, yes.
Shush. Confusions are hard.
It's like kind of
Yeah, Ingvar just kind of thinks that he just thinks it's going to be one of them days, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. What are you doing? Where are you going? You know?
Well, everybody else has vanished into thin air. I suppose he's going to aim for the same stairwell. If nothing else, you'll end up in either the same place or you'll be further away from whatever that was.
Okay. Roll me an athletics or acrobatics or stealth check, depending on which you prefer.
Athletics or stealth check. They are all +5.
Any of them will do.
That is not the dice self. Well, that's a 7.
Well, that's a 7. You get to about the same point that Darren did, and you hear the sort of creak. I need you to roll me a d4.
2.
Ew, no.
You sprint forward. A massive tentacle slams down right behind you as you jump across this gap. You still don't see Darren anywhere, but you have remained in wherever this place is.
Yay!
You do see below the sort of heavy tentacle sort of waving up and down in the water below. It's just sort of smashed through the sort of floor behind you.
Why me, he says to himself.
Darren, you look around and you can actually see Prod and the librarian standing like on the other side, on sort of the same side of the room that you're on, but down the other end from where you came. And you can see them watching the proceedings. Prod and Arcus, you guys are watching sort of this trial, some form of church trial, as this sort of robed figure sentences this woman standing on this magic circle at the base of the dais. He sentences her to death. You look down and you see this woman you watch as she sort of slumps forward and you realize that she hasn't said anything. Like, during the good, 5 minutes that they've been reading out crimes and so on and so forth. And a lot of the crimes that you're listening to are, heresy, subverting church doctrine, working to undermine the faith, all of these sorts of things that you wouldn't really describe as maybe differences in opinion, but you wouldn't describe them as crime.
Prod's pissed because he doesn't like the idea of anyone being put to death. And he is also a hero and must always do the good thing. And it seems like something bad's happening here.
Okay.
So he's going to start sprinting this way. Let's see, he takes a dash action, so 60 feet.
Can I use my mage hand to grab him by the collar, or is my mage hand in another
dimension? you're in front of him, Darren, because Prod is dashing towards where you are at the moment.
I don't think that's going to be true in a hot second.
But yeah, you can use a dash action here. Prod.
Prod's gonna scream. Who is her defense?
Okay. So you watch as the entire audience sort of turns to look at you. Like, everyone in the room who's been, enraptured by this, adjudicator's words is suddenly torn away and looks up at you as you sort of stand over the crowd.
I repeat, who is this woman's defense? A trial is not a trial without a defense attorney. I don't know what the words I'm supposed to say are.
Okay. The sort of the figure at the dais narrows his eyes at you and goes, "The name trial is merely a formality. This is but a sentencing. Who would you be to stand in this heretic's defense?"
A heretic of another faith. Callist is my goddess, my one and only love. And I annoy her all the time.
A playwright! And you hear laughter echoing through the crowd. And the sort of magister, the adjudicator overviewing this, gestures to you and goes, "Well, playwright, come, tell us a story of why we should spare this heretic's life."
Can I go and find a way down so I can be...
There's stairs behind you. If you want to take the stairs, you can take the stairs, or you can just
take this...
drop if you like.
I take the stairs, but to make this quicker, I drop.
Okay. So you take the stairs. The guard that's sort of standing at the top of these stairs sort of looks at you for a moment, smirks, and sort of points down to the stairs next to him as you sort of jog down the stairs and stand next to someone who I have not got a model for apparently yet. So let me quickly bring one of those out.
Lion, can you follow me, please?
I have no idea what's going on.
Just tag along. As I go, come on. To you.
Where are we? Okay, right. I will flap my way down as well, I guess.
I'm
trying. It's difficult to do a superhero landing without looking like some kind of threat, but
as I walk down the stairs, you flap down.
Trying to... Okay, this'll do. Okay. You see this sort of woman. As you approach this woman, you notice that while she's obviously been crying, and like her nails are ragged. She's got dirt and dust streaked through her clothing. It's ripped and torn. But there is a defiance in her eyes. And she sort of mouths the words thank you at you, but she can't seem to articulate them directly to you.
Okay. Am I able to walk close to her? She seems to be in like a circle of something.
You can get to the circle, but as you sort of press you put your hand up to it, and it's like this barrier of light is surrounding the circle itself.
Okay. And because I'm an idiot, Metano is time, right?
Metano is the god of time, yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Time to pull this out my ass! The god of time, Metano. You call me a playwright, and I call you a clockmaker. We are the same in many ways. The list of crimes that you have said, that you have listed here before us, do not seem to add up to death, simply. Do 4 minutes add to an hour? No. I believe that these crimes are being put on this woman, who I don't know. What was her name?
You did not hear a name given.
This woman.
Well,
who
you
frankly
did.
seems to be...
Her name was Ezra.
Ezra. This poor woman, Ezra, who, by the looks of it, has been kept in squalor for a long time. What made you change your mind? What made you decide that now was the time to kill her? You have obviously had her in your clutches for weeks, months. Is she more inconvenient? Is her life more inconvenient to you?
You hear the crowd around you start to sort of whisper, muttering, sort of, dissenter, traitor, unfaithful.
Traitor. Oh, fuck off.
Sort of the adjudicator above you looks down, goes, this woman is accused of crimes against the church, against this very holy institution. And the laws of our city are clear. And yet you flaunt them with your words. It is true, I equate you to a playwright as you would equate me to a, how did you put it, clockmaker? Though I'm uncertain as to what a clock is. But, nevertheless, you equate me to some simple tradesman. That I am the voice of our god Metano. And you would dissent with me? A crime in and of itself, I believe. Is that not correct, Lord Hargrave? And he sort of gestures up to a balcony above, and you see this heavy-set man in a sort of white robe with pristine sort of gold lace all through it, who looks down and says, "That is correct, adjudicator."
Prod is gonna... What the fuck is Prod gonna do?
Ask myself that question every day.
My goddess Callist, beautiful, elegant, and powerful, I know has the power to change the world as she sees fit. She changes me. She bolsters me with power. She gives me magic to do all the things I do in her name. You have a god who has the same ability. Metano controls time. He is the magic of time, and isn't the greatest punishment something that Metano can only give? Let her live, and Metano will make her life long and hard, as Metano does. Metano's power... Oh my god, I'm really suck at this.
You hear susurrations around you as the whispers, the murmurs start to grow.
You are not your god. Only Metano is your god, and only Metano can give punishment. Just like Callist. Again, pulling this out my ass.
Yeah, doing well. I would like you to roll me a persuasion check. You are allowed to use the actor feat for this.
Okay. So the actor feat makes it flat.
Mm-hmm.
If someone were to help me, would that give me advantage?
No, that would just be... You cannot get advantage on advantage, unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh no, they're flat, and then they're asking if they can get advantage on a flat because they're going against their.
Well, the actor feat
debuff,
gives them advantage.
Mm.
You cannot get advantage on top of advantage, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay, I thought they were flat.
No, they have a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, it's not a step-based system. It's all one flag
Okay.
neutralizing.
Yeah.
So that would be, because I'm an actor, that would be my performance.
I will allow you to roll performance for this if you like. Performance or persuasion. It's up to you.
They're exactly the same on persuasion. Okay. That's a 16.
16. Right. You say this to the crowd, and like you look up, and you can see, like, as you're starting to look around, you can see there's a lot of people here, and not all of them are of nobility. There's like commoners, there's merchants, there's a couple of people that look very poor. You start hearing, "Let her live, let her live. Give her a life.
Okay.
Let her suffer for, you know."
However long she lives.
Yeah, exactly. You start hearing this, and the adjudicator holds up a hand and clenches it, and you hear all the guards throughout the room sort of stand to attention. There's this clunk of armor, and the entire room falls silent. And he looks over you and says, "You would bargain for this woman's life, even though her actions condemn her by our laws."
Yes. But I have a feeling that most of the people here today do not hate this woman. Do not care for this woman at all. They're here for a show. This, my dear, is a theatre, and people want to see blood. So I entreat anyone, one guard, one man, one fighter, to come down here and fight me, so that people get what they want, and this woman can go free.
The adjudicator stares at you for a moment and then goes, You would sacrifice yourself to take this woman's place.
Sacrifice is a bit of a big word. I would fight anyone to take this woman's place.
He really would.
Very well.
I really would.
Very well, unknown warrior. In that case, drink of the waters of Metano, and we shall know if you are holy enough to take on the true challenge of our god.
Do I know anything about the waters of Metano?
You have no idea. I mean, you can
Even
roll
if
me
we
a
roll a
religion
religion?
check if you like.
That
So
would,
roll one of those just to be sure.
that's a 13.
You know a lot about Callist, but the waters of Metano you have never heard of.
Okay.
There's
I'm
there's
guessing
a
it's this fountain.
there's a lot of there's a lot of intricate laws and sort of biblical existences that are within all the different cultures that at the end of the day make up the pantheon of the world of Rathan. The waters of Metano maybe if you had been born about 800 years ago, you might know something about them. But no. You are not familiar with the phrase the waters of Metano.
I sort of glance over my shoulder to the librarian, and go, right, well, I guess. Release this woman first. Let her stand outside the circle. And I shall drink.
Okay. The adjudicator sort of raises a hand, and you watch as this golden pillar sort of dissolves around her. And Ezra steps back out of the circle. But you can see all the various guards in the room are keeping their sort of massive glaives at the ready as you step forward. And you see in front of you a simple fountain with crystal clear water pooling through this sort of concentric set of rings.
I look to... I probably have like a goblet or something on me. I put a goblet in the fountain, making sure to just brush my fingers through it and see what happens when this water touches my skin.
Feels cool to the touch.
Cool. I walk around the circle, showing everyone that I've got a goblet of it.
Adding a bit of drama and theatre.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No.
Disciple of Callist.
Yeah. That's fair.
He's also going to go up to this woman and put one hand on her shoulder and lay on hands just like 10 hit points.
You watch as quite a lot of her cuts heal up, and there's this sort of healthy glow starts to appear in her cheeks.
I sort of say to her that no one in the theatre, even if you're shit, you can be in the chorus. And then I drink the drink. I drink the water.
Okay. I would like you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I will say now, the base hit you need for this is a 15. If you want to actively resist the effects of this, you need to hit a 25.
Okay, so that's not gonna happen. Especially with disadvantage.
You don't have disadvantage on saving throws.
Yeah, it's only checks and attacks. Saving throws you're fine on.
Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to look at my features and traits, because I believe I have a trait. Yeah. Whenever I make a saving throw, I can actually add a bonus to the saving throw of my charisma modifier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to add possibly 1 or 2 to whatever this roll is I'm going to make. So what is my charisma modifier? It's +2. So I currently have a +3 on my Constitution saving throw. I'm going to add an additional +2, but that's after I've rolled it.
If you hit a 20, you will get a 25, basically.
Yeah.
But so it is possible.
Right, I'm rolling that again with my luck point.
Okay. Okay.
That would be a 12. Should I use another luck point? Yeah, I'm gonna use another luck point. Come on.
Okay.
Am I gonna use my last luck point today?
That's it's up to you. Don't you can do what you like, Elfie. The consequences of this, I say that at above a 15, you get to if you get a 15, you don't have to deal with some stuff. If you get above a 25, you can resist all the effects of this. But you can elect to fail.
I'm failing no matter what then, I guess.
Okay. You start to drink this water. And as you do, you hear a voice go, "Not who I expected, but you'll do." And you feel your limbs stiffen. The ground around you starts to drop away as your body rises up. You turn to face the adjudicator. Your eyes, you feel them glow with brilliant blue light. The adjudicator looks at you, and for the first time, you see fear. And then a voice reverberates from within you, uncontrolled. "This church, in my name, is a disappointment!" And you watch as the entire marble facades and the columns, you watch as they all crack, as the entire room trembles beneath the reverberations of this voice that emanates from your throat. And you hear in the back of your mind a different voice. The voice of your goddess. Go. "You're not meant to be here." And the first voice that is protruding from your mouth goes, "Worshippers of Metano, hear me now. Your worship is found lacking." And this voice reverberates down into the ground, and you watch as the tiles shift and start to sort of rise and fall. "Your existence is found wanting." And you watch as the walls start to fluctuate in and out, as everyone starts to tremble and scream. You see the guards sort of lose their footing. The various noble lords start booking it for the stairs. You hear, "Your people are found innocent." And you see all of these sort of lords tumble back down the stairs. You see these priests' robes flapping in the wind as they sort of start kneeling down to pray. You see the adjudicator sort of frozen in terror. standing in this place. And you hear Callist go, "Not much longer now." And you watch as a massive crack splits across the base floor of this room. The adjudicator watches in horror as his pulpit crumbles away in front of him. He starts backing away, and then there's a sudden scream as the floor beneath him gives out and he drops. And you watch as several sort of elven members of this audience start crumbling to their ground as they clutch their heads. You watch as all these lords and ladies start to scream. And I would like you three to roll a d4. Someone roll it. I'll roll it for Zarian.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
DM look.
So, Prod, you feel this presence vacate your skull, and suddenly you feel so very empty. And then there's a ripple, and you vanish into thin air. And you feel yourself drop into rather chilly, murky water. Ingvar, you hear a splish, and you look down and you see Prod, sort of kind of sitting a little bit bedraggled in the sort of flooded lower area of this room.
I think Prod just goes, uh-oh.
Arcus, you rolled a 4. We'll get to that in a minute. What did you roll, Darren? 1? Okay. You also drop into the sort of watery, sort of murky water. It's relatively shallow, some parts of it, you realize. There's like cracks, there's this massive crack in the floor that sort of goes through the whole thing. And you can see it, and you're standing just on the edge of it, where it was in the previous space that you occupied. But it's calm, as far as you can tell, except for one massive tentacle that is kind of waving up next to you. You're not sure where it's coming from. Ingvar, you watch as your friends just appear in the middle of the room.
He is very confused. What the hell? He just kind of scoots over very quietly and looks down, and then just makes the universal symbol for what?
How deep is this water where I'm standing?
It's about 2 feet. 2 to 3 feet.
Okay.
Stealthily
Still pretty
make for the stairs.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Hey,
You said stealthily.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help because he's too far away.
this would be disadvantage, wouldn't it?
It would be disadvantage, yes.
I'm hooked on a
A feeling.
Boo. That
Okay.
is 6.
That is a 6. I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw. As this massive tentacle pours out of the ground, or out of the water next to you, wrapping itself around one of the columns. You manage to avoid it as it sort of wraps up one of the columns and tugs, and you watch the column cracks under already straining pressure. But you manage to avoid it and get to the stairs. Darren, what are you doing?
I would like to fly. Getting my wings out of this water is going to make a lot more noise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and head for the nearer staircase that I can see.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Guys, don't scream. Please. 15.
15. Okay, you manage to stealth over there. Despite the, like, sloshing sounds around the water, you kind of manage to still the ripples, and you manage to get to the staircase without too much issue.
Okay. Just shake my wings out a little bit, as quietly as I can.
You guys both look around. The librarian isn't with you.
I think at this point, Prod might have pieced together that, you know, Metano, some time dilation, weird shit is going on. He quietly swears because he really did want to see what was in those barrels. Okay, so we know this thing has at least 2 tentacles. What do?
I'm assuming you guys are communicating through the ring.
Yeah, I'm just going.
Yeah, that's a fairly decent idea, yes.
What do we do?
Does anyone have eyes on Arcus?
No.
I didn't see him come back. Rue.
Oh,
I'm honestly not even sure how we came back.
You just popped back into existence.
do I know?
We'll explain it more and we can talk more loudly.
Do we know if Metano, is he at all associated with sea creatures?
Not as far as you're... The god that would be most likely to be associated with sea creatures would be Damani, who is the goddess of nature.
Yeah. I wish I could really... Like, how the fuck... Because this thing is going to have, like, 400 hit points, right? Like, I
not mess with it.
I don't want to mess with it.
I mean, it isn't actively attacking you. It just seems to be lashing out to things it can hear.
Okay. I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Oh no.
You know... Oh, fuck. What is it called? Wait, 1 second. Shut up. Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up the fuck. Where is it? Where is my horn? Where is my
horn?
My horn.
I think I say horse for some reason.
Okay, I have a doo-doo-doo horn, right?
You have a horn that you can use to throw your audio around, I believe.
It's sort of throw my audio around, but basically it's like, it's a silent horn, but only, like, one person of my choosing within 500 feet can hear it from whichever location I so choose it to come from.
Yes.
So, I choose the big, I blow it, I get to blow it 5 times. As long as this one gnome is out of my...
Yes. You are nowhere near that specific gnome. Trust me on that. That specific gnome is a continent away.
Okay. I'm gonna, like, blow the horn from, like, somewhere out here. I don't know if you can see. I'm, like, pointing really far away. And I'm gonna blow it so only the sea creature can hear it from out there. To try and draw it out.
Alright. You blow this horn.
Was it called something?
There's this sort of thunderous rumbling sound as you hear the chasm that was created back in whenever that was crack a little more as something pulls itself up through it, and a massive juvenile kraken pulls itself out of this sort of underwater crevasse and sort of pops up, and you watch as its massive sort of jaws snap, and then it sort of sinks back into wherever it's been hiding, as its jaws close around nothing, because there's nothing there.
The horn of silent alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Just so we can...
Yes.
I remember choosing that and being like, this is going to be the most fucking annoying thing. We're using it for something actually useful! For once!
No.
Okay, so we know it's Tiny Giant Kraken.
Great. As soon as my wings are dry, I'm gonna flap on it, Rod.
Okay. One thing I will say, when you guys were in the previous space, there were stairs going up and down. This space does not have those. Whatever stairs used to be here have crumbled in and rocks have collapsed over them. Those areas are completely impassable, at least on the down low. But you also know that the stairs up into wherever you need to go are only in this time period.
Right. Okay, so we have to go through these time periods to try and get to the location that we need to be in this time period in order to go up the stairs. Yeah? I think. Right?
Lucian, did you take an inspiration from Vintage Story for this, perchance?
No?
Because a trans-temporal jumping puzzle is literally how the Desolation works in Vintage Story.
When I played Vintage Story, I paid attention to the building mechanics, and that was it. I have no idea what the lore of Vintage Story is.
Alright, lads. If anyone can see where the arrow where I'm pointing, here and here, I believe these are probably the stairs that we need to get to. So I guess I'm just gonna run over here and see if I can enter a time thingy.
Okay. Roll me a d4. Yeah, just roll me a d4 for the moment.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. You run forward, and you find yourself emerging in the same marble hallway. Except you emerge, and the words you hear are, "We are here to witness the sentencing of Ezra Altheda." It's like, oh, but I've already been here. And you look around and you can't see yourself.
I mutter the word fuck. And I make for the stairs, I think.
Okay.
And head up.
Darren, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna fly up to the next floor.
Yeah, just fly up to the next floor. Roll me a d4.
Oh, okay.
Right through a pocket dimension.
I was hoping to avoid that.
Time pocket or whatever.
3.
3. Okay. I get to reveal a new area.
Oh no. Oh no.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
You fly up, and for a moment you feel like you've traveled through a slight ripple, and you fly up to sort of the balcony level of the area above you, to find yourself face to face with a man with a massive shield and 2 other men who look up at you and go, "What the fuck?" And one of you, I need you to roll me Actually, what is your armor class? That's what I need to know.
17.
As one of them fires a shot at you, you watch as one of the figures raises something that looks like Isaac's casting pistol at you and fires a shot that whizzes past one of your wings, rather, not rings. You look and you realize as you sort of enter this space, you can hear the sound of heavy thudding metal and various things impacting into stone as you look around. And for the more modern sensibilities, you see a variety of people wielding heavy guns fighting.
Wait, have I ended up in a Final Fantasy VII set piece?
No. You've ended up in closer to a little bit like Warhammer sort of sewers-esque type set piece, kind of.
That's even worse.
So yeah, and there's several sort of men in front of you holding these sort of casting pistol type weapons, who all immediately start to turn towards you.
Good luck.
Just passing through. Not hostile. Not hostile.
You hear someone, you look to the back and you see someone sort of holding this black box up to their mouth, who looks up at you and goes, "They've got a weapon! Fire at will!" Ingvar, what are you doing?
Not moving.
You're just not moving, even though you need to get to the other side of the room.
Nope, he's gonna use the bits and bobs of the camouflagey bits around him to use hide and blaze sight. He's gonna slap himself against the wall and just not move.
Okay. Alright. Arcus, you, and I get to reveal the final area here, you sort of step forwards as you're watching Prod and Darren do all of this. You step forward, and then suddenly you're in a completely different space that's still got sort of the white world style of the marble, but feels a lot more metallic as you sort of step into a environment that feels very sterile. And you look down and you see there's this large pool of water where this very, very large kraken is sort of just resting, kind of. There's a couple of tentacles that are sort of up and about, but it's not attacking anybody.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
So it's non-violent, right? It's just kind of there.
It's just kind of there. As you sort of step into this area, your first thought is one of the research wings of the City of Praxis. Like a big sort of open area designed for research on dragons and that sort of thing. But a lot more metal and sort of less gilding.
Where
Right,
are
okay.
we in the timeline? Are we at the end of this timeline?
I
Or
think
are we
I'm
in the middle of this
forwards.
timeline?
I think I'm forwards and Arcus is really forwards, and then you're in the past. Or maybe Arcus is in the further past.
Because
Not necessarily
for the cataclysm, I feel like I'm confused. It's not too difficult for my
It's
brain.
also conceivable that we're not in different points of the same timeline, but separate branching timelines.
Okay, we're going multiverse with this.
Maybe. All I know is there are dudes with casting pistols all pointed at me.
Good luck.
Okay. Is there anything other than the big squid monster?
So the room you're standing in has 2 levels. There's doors that go out behind you. There's staircases that go between the levels. There's this large pool in the center. There's a bunch of pipes that sort of come in on the corners. And as you step in, you look around. You see someone. There's like you would, at a guess, you would say some form of commoner standing maybe 20 to 30 feet to your left. And there's also men in what looks to be heavy armor, sort of standing sort of to attention, holding what look to be large black oblongs with sort of blue markings across them.
Okay.
Much larger than that.
Can I just go up to them?
Yeah. You can step up to, like, are you gonna try and step up to the sort of commoner person or one of these armored figures?
Probably one of the armored figures.
Okay. You step towards one of these armored figures who sort of turns his head to look at you and raises this heavy looking oblong to sort of chest height and says, "Doctor, temporal incursion." And sort of turns towards you and says, "State your name and time of origin."
Lunch?
I always get this wrong. Can I like roughly estimate what calendar year I came from?
Yeah, you could. I mean, you would know that information. Let me look it up because I don't.
Yeah.
The year that you would have been in would be you would have originated in 1845 AC. So 1845 after Cataclysm.
Okay.
I can't. I
say that.
Yeah, I can't give you the exact month. And you watch as this other figure, who this armored person addressed as Doctor, walks up to you, pulls out this small glass sort of. I guess you could call it. It looks like a small glass letter, and holds it up in front of you. And you watch as it sort of projects this illusion out around you, and you watch as this sort of blue illusion washes through your body. And this woman sort of looks at you and goes, "Great, another one. As if my work here isn't fraught enough." Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Who are you? What? When are you? No, you said 1845. Where? No, I know where you're from. What are you?
I'm a librarian.
You're a... oh, hold on. I need to... and she pulls... she sort of taps something into this little glass panel, and she goes, "Species librarian," and taps it, and she's like, "Well, I don't have a librarian. Are you a new species? I don't have a librarian species. I mean, are you informing me of your occupation?"
Yeah, that's my occupation. I guess changeling would be species. What year is it?
Changeling. Year is currently 3092. Right. You aren't meant to be here. Don't worry. This happens a lot in this particular facility, kind of designed to study this sort of thing, but I do wish you wouldn't pop up at the most inconvenient times. Right. Look, if you walk 10 steps to your east and think really hard about where you want to be, you should get back there with little to no trouble.
That seems like a very unacademic method of transportation through time, but you know what?
Yes,
it's probably the best one I've got.
I completely understand. It is extremely unacademic, and it makes my head hurt slightly, but unfortunately, that's how this magic, I guess. It's the only magic left in the world, and it's this stuff, and it's really irritating. But still, just 10 steps to your east, and think really hard about getting back to where you want to be, alright? And that's all I can really do to help you, unless you'd like to come in for tea.
I kind of think for a moment. No, I'm good actually, and I take 10 steps to the. Did you say it was the east?
You take 10 steps to the east, and as you can, you focus really hard on where are you focusing on going right now? Because you know 2 out of 3 places. You have this area, you have the ancient sort of amphitheater, and you have the sort of your time period crumbling amphitheater.
Probably my time period, the crumbling one.
Okay. You take 10 steps to the east, and you reappear in your time period about 35 feet from Ingvar.
It was still planted on the wall because he is refusing to move.
Well, so we're time traveling now, okay?
Does Ingvar hear that through the ring or through the wall or whatever?
I'm like... Yeah, I'm putting into the communication ring if no one else is there.
Yeah, you hear that, Ingvar?
He just kind of blinks and goes, "Wait, is that you?"
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who else would use the ring. I mean, I seem to be the only one that's doing it right now. I've heard from no one else.
They've vanished again. I don't know where they've gone. I don't know what's going on. Help.
Try taking like 10 steps to the east and thinking really hard about not being there and being somewhere else, maybe. That's what the scientist lady told me, at least.
I get moving.
Okay.
Oh, that's a predicament.
Darren, you are in initiative.
Oh, crud. Okay.
You are in initiative, but I will say there is a very easy way to get out of initiative. But if you think Darren has figured that out yet or not, that's up to you. I need you to roll me initiative very quickly. Just very quickly.
Yep. Goodbye. 27. Not
27. You are going first. Nobody else beats that. What are you going to do?
I don't have a gripe with these people. I don't have like any context of whatever the hell is going on. So it would be like inappropriate for me to beat them up, especially since I appear to be in some kind of temporal schism. That seems to trigger no matter where I move. So I'm going for the stairs.
You're going to go straight forward for the stairs, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All the way to the top.
All the way to the top. I will need you to roll me a d4.
Good. That's what I was hoping for. 1.
You roll a 1. Okay. You lunge for the stairs, and about halfway up, you find yourself on this little landing that leads up into the cathedral.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Anybody else on this net?
Ingvar and Arcus, you both hear that through the ring.
Aaron, are you back with us?
Apparently, I couldn't get in touch with anybody else, and then they all had, like, casting pistols pointed at me, and there was a lot of weirdness.
This
Has
is
anyone
all
seen
making
Brock?
my head hurt. No, I haven't heard from them. I can only
Marcus,
assume.
where did you go after the, like, marble version of this place?
Oh, I went to like this weird room with a squid and a bunch of people with weird devices, and one of which was very frustrated to see me and told me to step to the right a little bit and think about home, and now I'm in the crumbling amphitheater.
Wait, so there's a way to control this? I've just been flying around and hoping.
I guess click your fucking heels together and wish to go home, Dorothy, because that's the only way you're able to travel through time in here.
I feel like you're making a reference to something, but I understand it regardless.
Yes, it's The Wizard of Oz. It's a really nice children's book.
If I ever have kids after this, then maybe I'll give that a read.
Prod.
Fuck. Prod's running up the stairs and going, I want to go to the place where I'm supposed to be. And he's literally just chanting that and being like, this poor woman is going to die. This poor woman, we are fucked.
So you ran up the stairs from the lower level first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As you hit this landing, I need you to roll me a d4. And I will say, as you hit the landing, you hear the sort of the man, the adjudicator, say, "Drink of the waters of Metano," and then you feel the rumblings, and it's like, oh, if you didn't get it, that woman was going to. This is regardless of who drinks the water, that's who gets to become this sort of avatar of Metano in this time period. You rolled a 4?
Yeah.
Okay. You sprint up these stairs, and you find yourself in a very sterile, white-walled, white-paneled. You run up the stairs holding these two massive swords, and you watch as these two heavily armored guards with these big oblong sort of boxes in their hands turn towards you and go, "Temporal incursion! Armed intruder!" And sort of turn towards you. What did you say, Elfie?
I'm sorry, I'm just passing through.
Okay. Are you gonna sprint up the stairs that you don't know where they lead at the moment?
Yup.
Okay, roll me a d4.
Come on, come on, come on.
You run up the stairs and you burst into this like crowded atrium with these massive white columns. You see a lot of people in really strange clothing all over the place. There's guards with heavy like oblong boxes in their hands. You see this sort of massive crystal, I guess kind of a crystal ball hanging from the ceiling with all of these illusions sort of floating around it. And like as you run up with these swords drawn into this space, you hear people start to shout and scream. You see guards start to run towards you carrying these heavy oblong boxes, and you hear, "Temporal intruder, stop!"
I run back.
You run back down. Roll me a d4.
Come on now. Hey,
Roll a 1!
nice.
Hey! You run out of this sort of atrium area and run down into this. You roll through this sort of like invisible curtain of magic, and then suddenly you're at the edge of the sort of crumbling amphitheater, and this side has no railing! And you sort of skid to stop as you're just looking down at the empty sort of, or not empty, but this sort of murky water down below. And you kind of look around and you see Darren behind you.
How do we stop switching time?
Arcus says it's think real hard, like it's intent based.
Okay.
Just stay focused on the present moment, I guess.
Right now.
You just have to manifest it. Just keep thinking positive thoughts of being back in your correct chronological order, and it'll all go back to normal.
Can either of you get over here? Because the stairs are up here.
1 second, I wonder if this is like the library terminals, and if I go... I'm gonna try taking 10 steps to the west and thinking about going back to the facility.
Okay. Yeah, you take 10 steps to the west, and you appear thinking about the sort of facility. You appear slightly behind the scientist woman, who is just muttering, bloody temporal incursions, messing up my day all the time. You're back in the facility.
Okay, I'm gonna take 10 steps to the east again and travel this time to the... Who's having a rough time right now and wanted me with them again, sorry?
Everyone?
I mean, if you want to
Who's
leave it
most
up...
in need of a glass cannon?
If you want to leave it up to random chance, you can just do that and roll the d4.
Sure, I'll think whoever needs me the most, and I'll go 10 steps to the east.
Roll me a d4.
I'll do that with the dice I can't roll.
Oh,
1 second.
Sorry, you don't have any physical ones at the moment, do you? There we go.
I do, 1 sec. I can probably get them just for reference in the future.
Oh, okay.
It's just 1 set, though.
Okay. I'll let you roll the d4.
That would be a 3.
3. You run to the east, and you appear in grey concrete, giant metal doors. You appear behind a pair of heavily armored, shield-bearing, official-looking people in bluish uniforms with these sort of grey visors, who sort of turn around to look at you in surprise. And sort of raise these heavy-looking wooden batons at you.
Well, this isn't one of my friends. Do I see anyone else aside from these figures?
No, I mean, you see a lot of people, and you hear the sounds of, like, firework rockets popping, and like a variety of other like very loud noises going on. There's the sound of metal screeching on metal as you sort of look around. You don't see anyone you know, but there's probably a lot of people here who would need help. There's like several people who are like bleeding out on the floor for a start.
I do the time shuffle shimmy, and I more specifically go, anyone who needs my help that I immediately know.
Okay. You sprint to the east once more, and you appear next to Ingvar.
Hello.
What the hell? Nobody's explained what the hell's going on to me right now. I'm very confused.
It's time bullshit.
Time
Just come with me and think really hard about finding fucking Darren.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Their hand, and I just go 10 steps to the fucking east again, and I think about finding Darren.
Okay, you go 10 steps to the east, and you stay in the same place.
10 steps to the west.
10 steps to the west, you stay in the same place.
Are you thinking hard enough?
I mean, you are in the right time period, so you stay in the same time period, not the same space. But, yeah.
I go on my ring, and I'm like, hey Darren, are you here? You around?
Yes, I thought I established that already. Oh, did you go somewhere else?
Yeah, like 3 other places.
And we can't see them because
I was buying clothes, okay?
You can kind of see Prod across the room at the moment, but there's like this big sort of balcony that you have to go all the way around to get to him.
if we take it real slow.
Where are they, like, distance-wise from us?
Let me check real quick. They are 105 feet from you.
Okay, do they look like they're in trouble?
No, they just look like they're kind of chilling next to a pillar.
Alright.
If I pass without trace, and then we can sneak real slowly around.
I can just portal us up there.
I'm never gonna get to use this, am I? Fair enough, fair enough.
I mean, I will
we
say...
can also do Pass Without Trace if you want.
I will say...
It's a high-level spell.
Yeah, I will say, Zarian, do you want to use a portal spell here, or would you rather save that spell slot for what might come after?
Almost definitely what might come after, so if you want to burn Pass Without Trace, go ahead.
I have a bag of dust with Pass Without Trace in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, single use.
Yeah.
What are we sneaking past again? I don't think I've been here.
The Kraken.
Juvenile Kraken.
Oh.
He just kind of points to over the banister.
You see these massive tentacles sort of rising out of the flooded expanse that is the bottom of this room.
That's no good, is it?
Oh. Info just kind of throws the Pass Without... opens the dust bag and tosses Pass Without Trace over the pair of them.
Okay. I will quickly roll a stealth check for the librarian. That is with a plus 10, that's a 21 base. Not sure what but that is more than enough. If you want to roll stealth check, so that's an 18. Yep.
That's 5 for each normal stealth, so that's 23.
That's 23. That's more than enough. You guys managed to work your way around, thinking solidly about stay here in this moment at this time period, and eventually you managed to work your way around to the sort of stairway up into the cathedral. It's kind of been cleared out a bit, but you can see where the sort of crumbling rock would have been, essentially. And you are all, once again, located in the same space.
I think there is several layers of spooked right now from seeing everybody going in and out and in and out. Oh dear.
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything before you ascend into the cathedral?
I'm just going to ascend.
Rod is going to very quickly, under his breath, say a prayer to Kaliss for the person he could not save. And then he'll ascend.
Okay. As you say that, prayer under your breath, Rod, I would like you to just roll me a quick religion check.
With disadvantage?
No disadvantage on this one. I will make an exception specifically because this is an act of faith.
That's a nat 20.
Holy shit, okay. Yeah, I was gonna give you something if you got a 15, but holy shit. As you're sort of ascending the stairs, a life flashes through your mind. And you look down at a ruined marble chamber as this old man, maybe in his 80s or 90s, wearing a midnight blue robe, holding this old, gnarled wooden white staff, with one eye covered and the other sort of this starry abyss behind it, limps through the ruins of what was once this sort of lower basement of the church, the Cathedral of Metano. And he limps his way through, holding heavily onto this staff, and sort of sitting in the middle of this sort of empty patch of ground where nothing has touched is a woman in maybe her 30s who is cradling to her chest this small golden hourglass. And she's slumped over, maybe unconscious, maybe asleep. And this old man picks her up with a strength that is far more than what his withered and skeletal figure belies. And you watch as he steps through this starry tear in the world and disappears. And then you hear a clang as the sound of the divine gate being constructed, being completed, reverberates throughout the world. And that's what you get on a 20! Because, yeah.
Just Prod is crying, but just from the beauty of the drama of it all.
Right. So, let's get back to where you actually are. As the four of you ascend into the Cathedral of Metano.
We're just gonna... Can we just take a minute and do a little clap for that fucking cool ass just design puzzle that we just had to go through? That was so fucking cool.
Thank you.
That was wild. That was a time.
That was great. That was incredible.
I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what happens when the god of time intrudes on the world and as a result something fucks up. What happens when you venture through that space afterwards? Yeah. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Can someone explain to Ingvar what the fuck happened?
Prod does his best, but it is a shamble of an explanation.
The four of you have sort of arrived at sort of the entrance to the sort of lower levels of the cathedral, and you look up and you can see these sort of slatted wooden doors that have been put over this sort of hastily constructed entrance that has been excavated. Like, someone came down here, excavated out this area, looked in, saw a giant kraken, and went, yeah, I'm good. And just closed it up again, by the looks of it.
I
don't blame them.
I know that the librarian hasn't, like, talked about all of their experience, but the fact that the science woman was like, there's no magic left apart from this one bit is, like, so heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean...
There's a lot to take in there.
There's a lot
Glad
to
I
take
didn't end up
there.
in that time point.
Yeah. Okay. So, the four of you step up into the cathedral's sort of west wing. You step out. The cathedral itself is incredibly empty, to the point where, like, there's not really much debris from whatever occurred when the events that you saw took place. But you start looking around and you notice that there are walls missing. And there's, like, bits and pieces that are just kind of not there. And you look up and you see, like, there's a hole in the roof. And the roof is there. It's just, like, 20 feet up and 10 feet to the left.
So it kind of clipped through the map.
A little.
Map is clipping.
It looks like someone grabbed a chunk of the building and lifted it up 20 feet, moved it 10 feet to the left, and then just left it there. And as you look around, you start seeing this sort of same odd, like, very clean-cut, I took a cube, pulled it out, and put it over here instead of the world. And that seems to be happening a lot around this building. But you enter into this cathedral-esque area, and you start hearing the sounds of, like, machinery and people talking. You hear the screeching of imps and, like, a heavy sort of clanking sound as something gets stoked, maybe. This sort of growling, low, not really a voice, just sort of like growling, moaning sound as you hear, like, sounds of repair maybe going on, as from sort of down in the cathedral itself. You guys are kind of in the west wing of the cathedral at the moment, which is mostly devoid and empty of anything at the moment.
We hear the sounds of anybody in the distance.
I mean, as I said, you can hear the sounds of, like, imps sort of around the area. You can hear, like, someone issuing orders, but you're too far away to make out what they're actually saying, and there's a lot of din sort of coming from that direction anyway.
Do they sound familiar at all?
They sound like a woman.
Oh, woman!
She's that one. Yes, a woman in a church. It's rare, but it happens.
So yeah.
Is that just dwarven churches? Am I making assumptions again?
I don't know. Are you?
I'm going to see if I can get a better seat. Very careful as I sneak along.
Okie dokie. Roll me a stealth check. Final stealth check of this area.
Hoping. 17. Back.
Okay. With a 17, you sort of look down the hallway, and you sort of look down around the corner. You see piles of crates and mechanical components. There's a research desk covered in papers that's actually right next to you. And you look down this sort of ancient cathedral-esque hallway, and at the end of it, you see this massive pile of machinery and these sort of glyph works, intricate glyph works that sort of climb up these pillars. There's steam billowing from various pipes. You see crystals embedded in like little brass chambers. And at the end of it all, there is a small altar and what looks like a portal frame. And between all of that and you, there are quite a few imps, demons, and a few less, a few more problematic sort of demonic entities. Very sort of heavily horned entities, one might say. Devils specifically, I should say.
I'm horned. I'm a horned entity.
Yeah.
Not every horned entity is evil.
I never said that. Don't know where you got
but
that from.
Elfie said that.
Sorry, that was my bad for being reductive.
You see a lot of fiendish entities down that corridor, and a lot of them seem to be like working with the mechanical stuff, putting parts in place, replacing crystals, all of this sort of thing. You also see off to one side of the room, there is you're not really sure what it is. All you know is that it is very large, very metal, and kind of glowing this cherry black red from its chest. You're not really certain what it actually is, but it looks mechanical in nature.
There's a lot of like little creatures just running around. They look maybe like they're tinkering with something. There's what looks, I'm almost certain, like a portal at one end of the cathedral. And there's something big and mean looking as well. I haven't seen the Baroness yet. Fellows, friends, hello, you on this net?
It's my answer. Alright, Prod's just... By the way, Prod looks fucked up. Like, his eyes are so massive. He just looked at a god and saw a divine event occur. And he's like... This means something. Kind of like facial expression. So he just like turns to the party and goes, "I'll just do whatever you guys want. You just gotta give me a minute."
Okay, I'm terrified of the mini that just walked past, but also it is caked up. Why
Really?
you got that hanging out?
Oh
They
my
walked past
god.
me, I couldn't not see them.
Uh-huh.
See the
I mean, you specifically had to zoom into its buttocks to see that.
I did not. Light is disappearing down it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my.
Hang on. Let me just...
Well, Ingvar just kind of goes, do you
Oh my
think she's
goodness.
actually here? Baroness, I mean.
She must be. The
You
librarian didn't
think
hear
you can
she
hear
became
her
a sword.
voice echoing through the cathedral. You can't
Yeah,
make
I
out
can-
what
I
she's
can-
saying, but you think you can hear her.
Yeah, I can hear something that sounds like her, I just haven't seen her. And I haven't exactly poked my head out, whatever those things. It's going back.
I don't like it. Yeah, let's sort of like tuck in into a wall, stealth it up. I think is probably our best bet.
That is some cake, so.
My fucking god.
Hey, I'm
anytime I put something demonic in front of you and you're all like, ooh, but it's got a nice ass.
It do!
What did you expect? What did you expect of this party?
Nothing better. Honestly, nothing better. Okay.
I can go invisible and have a further scout out, see if I can isolate exactly where the Baroness is. But there's a lot of people out there; they might still spot.
Mm.
Is it worth?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I will think very social anxiety thoughts and go invisible.
Okay. I will say the casting of Pass Without a Trace for that Ingvar did earlier is still up, so you will have a +10 bonus to this.
I wasn't in the temporal coordinates when that was cast, though, I thought.
I always consider Pass Without a Trace as like a aura that you come into and go out of. So.
Okay.
So, if you start in Pass Without a Trace, I will allow that to carry on affecting you, essentially.
Okay.
But you will need to roll me a stealth check.
Spell is up to an hour, that's convenient.
With advantage because of invisibility, obviously.
Yippee. $10.
So that's a 20 because of Pass Without a Trace.
Phew.
So yeah, you sort of go invisible. You walk out into this sort of cathedral-esque area. You look over sort of to the other side, and you see like a part of the building has just been torn out, and part of that is the floor, and you can kind of see down into the sort of watery depths below, where the kraken, the juvenile kraken, is. But it's way too far down to actually be able to, like, see anything properly. You look across the room down to the end, and you see the Baroness. And the Baroness. And the Baroness. As 3 Baronesses stand at various control points around the room, 2 of them to either side and 1 in the middle, as they're kind of like pulling levers, making these sort of crystals function. One of them is like reading from this massive set of tomes. Yeah, you see 3 Baronesses at the end of the corridor.
She has more decoys.
I don't think any of them are probably her. Okay, Arcus, do you know how far one of these like projection spells can go? Like if you were to
Can I make a Arcana check on that?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a d20. I'm gonna say it's a +11 for you because I think that's correct on Arcanas. Not entirely certain. Might be a
Maybe.
+5.
I know my proficiency bonus went up last time because I leveled, but
Yeah.
let's just say +11.
Yeah.
That's 25.
25. A projection, like an illusory projection, maybe 500 feet at most. Unless you have, like, conduits that can allow you to, you know, extend that range. A simulacrum, there's not really a limit on the range you can have on a simulacrum, because it is essentially its own entity sustained by magic. The color...
Would I be able to see if it's a simulacrum?
It would show up differently on the magical spectrum, yes. But to do that, you would have to actually go and view it, and, like... You'd have to go round the corner that a giant fiend has been patrolling, and then get within about 60 feet to properly see that. So you'd have to get at least 30 feet down the room before you'd actually be able to see properly the Baroness, because she's behind a bunch of other stuff as well.
Okay. I'm gonna presume they're time clones.
Do you want to add anything to this, Prod? Because you know something about that.
Yes. Prod's gonna... Yes. Prod's gonna talk about...
Gonna talk about the fact you're... Okay, so Prod informs you of the fact that when Prod went back in time to the other time period, he wasn't there. He didn't see himself.
Yeah.
And that is the information that I gave earlier that I will give now.
Okay, so not time loopy, so they're probably like constructs of some kind then, most likely.
It does seem to be something that is more in line with Vorsinia's MO.
So, decoys.
Decoys, or possibly just people that she's controlling, like how she was controlling her sister with the necklace.
The one thing that you know about the necklace... The one thing you know about the necklace is that in order to control the person who is wearing it, the person who is doing the controlling will have to just sit still in a chair, because they'll be, like, fully immersed. 3 different people being controlled at the same time would be magnitudes of levels more difficult.
So, probably not people being possessed, probably snow people again. Am I near to any of them?
You are about, like, 75 feet away from them at the moment. At your current position.
You said I was next to a research. Does anything on the table look transmutey, perchance?
Roll me an investigation check.
Stompy's coming. 1 second. I don't want my dice to alert him.
What did you roll for that?
It rolled, it just didn't tell me what it was. That's interesting. I have no idea where the other dice went. Let's see, investigate. Go.
Probably went down into the pit and got stuck.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, that is the dice says a nat 20 that he's walking over, so...
There's a 10 to me.
Well, he's knocked it, but it was a 20. I promise you, it was a 20.
Okay, that's fine. I'll let you have that nat 20.
That was a 21.
21. Okay. You sort of start rifling through this research table. There's a lot of portal craft. There's a lot of like dimensional plane shifting spells. All of these sorts of research into like moving a body from one plane of existence to another. There's not a lot of transmutation in here. That doesn't seem to be the focus of the Baroness's research. It mostly seems to be related to shifting an entity between the realm of the fiends and the realm of mortals, in the realm of the library itself, which is in its own little pocket dimension, which as the Baroness has been researching, and you sort of look through this, the library, the Wandering Library, seems to be held in a pocket dimension near to the Feywild. So the library's pocket dimension is a sort of subsection of the Feywild.
Interesting. Given my knowledge of Arcus, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So you sort of look through all of this research. As I said, not much in the way of transmutation here. It's basically all based on like teleportation and like moving from one plane to another, basically. You also find some notes regarding a failed experiment that you note like is written in the Baroness's hand, and there's like newer writing that says not failed, merely delayed. And you look through and you see these sort of like blueprints and diagrams for a massive metal construct with a person inside it, sort of like a suit. A very heavy-looking, very sort of industrial-looking suit of armor that seems to be equipped with a pair of broadswords, sort of sheathed into the back, and has this glowing, sort of infernal core at its center. And you look to your left, and you see this suit that is described here, but so incredibly battered, as if this thing went through hell and back to get here, basically. And you hear this like low moaning sound emanating from it.
Do I see a means by which everyone else could, like, move along this corridor without alerting attention much?
I mean, if with Pass Without a Trace, it's definitely possible. But you would all have to roll stealth checks. It's not very well lit in here, I will say. It's quite dark. There's a lot of shadows that you could skip from.
Arcus, do you have anything in the way of, like, ranged, extremely deadly magics today?
Let me check my little book. Yes.
There's a really, really big mean thing in here that I would like it to not be here, but would also like to have company here.
That's really nondescript of the situation.
It's bigger than me, it is very red, and it has giant wings, but it looks significantly less friendly than I think I do.
So you're saying it's infernal, probably?
Probably.
Okay.
Like, it's black leather, there's like metal accessories, it's got a loincloth.
Oh my god, it went shopping at Hot Topic before this fight.
Did you guys invent Hot Topic during this campaign?
You did, yes.
Yeah.
So
I like to think it's just a really weird emo/scene/punk bar that was just made by bards, and Hot Topic was just about the fucking controversies they discussed there.
There's like one real world human that got isekai'd into this universe a long while ago. Only person to ever do it, but the first thing he did was make Hot Topic.
The people have their necessities, I suppose.
Well, technically, the Hot Topic that you guys found was called Warm Subject. But, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they went to Warm Subject before this. They got all their doodads and their spikes and their cut-off t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I can launch like 2 fireballs for free on that motherfucker, but I'm guessing he's resistant.
Probably.
I mean, maybe that's better saved for the Baroness, who's slightly less resistant to fire, hopefully.
Yeah, there's a big, like, golem thing here as well that might have someone in it. I'm not 100% certain on that. It looks beat. There's a lot of bad news down here, and I think every one of them is going to be a pain in the neck to get rid of before we can touch the Baroness.
I mean, if it's a golem, I could try doing like a dispel magic on it. But I don't know if that would work. It would be at least like a 5th level one, which is pretty high, but Golemancy's pretty powerful magic, so it's a 50-50.
Looking at the books, is there anything from that golem's like schematics that would suggest it's possible to dispel it?
I mean, you rolled a natural... you rolled a natural 20, so I'm gonna... I'll give you one more thing. The main control matrix for this suit of armor, because that's what it is at the end of the day, is whoever is inside it. A powerful enough dispel magic might disable some of its abilities.
For shot? As soon as you do that,
so.
we're gonna attract so much attention. I do have eyes on probably the real Baroness.
hey, how do you know
The
it's
closest one in this context.
How do you know
It's in a
probably the-
position. She's in a central position. She looks like she's orchestrating things. She's right by a big evil portal. Everything here seems to be positioned to protect her.
Yeah, all right.
It's either a very central decoy or it's the person themselves.
Okay. So, what are you doing, Arcus? Are you gonna sort of sneak out to see what Darren's talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think I'll sneak along with them as well.
Yeah, so you get a plus 10 from the... Oh, cool, you rolled an 18. Congrats, librarian. That's a 28 on your stealth check. You walk around the corner to this research table and see this suit of armor beside it, and you recognize it. This thing is what's been in the library.
Ooh.
This thing is what's been roaming around the library, and the fact that it's here tells you a few things immediately. One, this thing got out. And two, this thing got out with the thing that you put in there. Because otherwise you don't think it would have left.
Ah, boy.
It currently seems deactivated, but deactivated is perhaps the wrong word, because as you sort of round the corner, you can hear this, like, low moaning sound reverberating through the armor itself. It sounds like someone in pain.
Oh boy. I really wish I had my fucking PC with my notes on this thing, because I'm fairly certain I got given a hint about its weakness before.
I don't believe I've given you any hints regarding its weakness.
You might be thinking of a bigger golem.
It was when I did contact another plane on my patron, and I got a whole load of vague answers to things.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, let me look at my notes. Okay, yeah. Weak. You got the impression that it was weak to sacred, so holy stuff, essentially.
I don't think I have any holy spells in my arsenal, unfortunately, aside from a cantrip.
But you also, I should point this out. You also got the impression that whatever this thing is, it is not here of its own volition. It is, from what you can tell, it was forced into service, as it were.
Oh, okay, so maybe it's got like a control collar or something that I can dispel. It'd be a lot easier than trying to dispel the magic that holds it together, and then
It's
it might
possible.
turn on her instead.
It's possible, yeah.
I mean, that's the best plan we've got so far. It's either that or just going up to the Baroness's fucking triplet witching hour party going on down there and just like smacking them about while their golem tries to kill us and the infernal thing tries to kill us.
Do we have anything that would get rid of that big guy? Like, if he's from a different plane, is there any way you can shunt him back to it?
If we had Banish, yeah.
I'm guessing we don't have Banish.
I don't have Banish. I don't know if maybe someone else has it.
I mean, Banish is what? Clerics and wizards?
Clerics and maybe Paladin.
Maybe paladins. I don't know that Elfie is a high enough level to cast Banish.
Yeah.
I cannot cast Banish. That is not something I have the ability to do.
Okay.
Cleric, Paladin, Sorcerer, Warlock.
Okay. Well,
Oh, I maybe do have one plan that could work. I have a new spell called Mental Prison, and if she's doing a thing where she's psychically linking herself to all three of these things, I'd presume psychic damage affects all three of them, right?
Just a reason.
Cool.
apologies. I mean, I'm not going to answer that question.
It's more so like it doesn't matter who we're targeting, it will still technically attack the Baroness because we saw that happen last time when we were actually physically damaging her. She was taking psychic damage in her actual body because that's what we learned from the amulet, I believe.
Yeah. Okay, right. If you dispel the golem thing, if and when it wakes up, do you have anything else you can use on the really big dude?
I've got 3 5th level spell slots, so I can do 1 Dispel Magic. I can do Inflict Wounds with my dual cast, and upcast that to 5th level, which does a shit ton of necrotic damage, which it shouldn't be resistant to as an infernal.
That might just have to do. Might just have. Okay. Everybody else ready?
Yep.
Who do we open on? dude.
I mean, I'm usually as the DM, I don't feel like pushing suggestions because I'm the DM and I'm not allowed to. But I will say, Ingvar, the Baroness is beyond 60 feet from you, and most of everything in that area is an enemy.
Alright.
Blow it
Kaboom.
up, blow it
Kaboom.
up, blow it up.
That's a good
Oh.
opening volley.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Just to put that out there, you know, if you wanted to, you don't have to, but you know, it's an option.
That's
It's
a
an
good. That's a
option.
good opener, though. That's a lot of targets.
That's a lot of targets. This is going to start a battle, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I will
Undeniably,
say,
but if we're gonna start a fight,
Good.
that's gonna be a good way to start.
Could
Yeah,
we
it-
like tag team where we all throw things at the same time? Because I've still got some of those rage bombs, which makes you go insane for like 3 rounds and then die.
Just thinking the fact that it's almost 3 hours. That's all.
we're not gonna start. We're not gonna do the actual combat tonight.
Oh, fair.
Don't worry. Like I know that we're getting to the 3-hour mark, so we're gonna do the actual combat next session. Admittedly, I didn't expect the time puzzle to take quite so long, but you know, it was an enjoyable
But it was
puzzle.
cool.
So yeah,
In case, I will scoot your boy over here.
okay.
That's still going to leave over 60 foot in it.
Yes.
Oh,
If
hell
if
yeah.
you target it on the Baroness itself, you'll have plenty of space. If you target it on the Pit Fiend as it is now, you'll have a decent amount of space.
I'm going to go for the biggest target, let's be honest.
That's
yeah,
fair.
That's probably the thing
That's
that needs to
fair.
go down fastest.
So we're going to notch an explosive arrow and go. Can I cast Hunter's Mark first?
I'm
Over
gonna
there.
say you can cast Hunter's Mark, and you fire off the arrow. For now, we're not going to do any damage calculations. We'll just save that as you fire the arrow, and because it has an AOE, it's not a on hit. It just explodes. We're gonna say it will hit. The entire cathedral erupts in this massive explosion as the back of it essentially blows out. You blow out the back of the cathedral, and sort of rock and shale starts raining down. You watch as the portal that the Baroness has been working on is covered by this giant blue bubble. But the Pit Fiend takes a lot of damage. And we are going to calculate all that damage at the start of the next episode, where we will then be fighting the Baroness and the Baroness's forces within the cathedral. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Not as much combat this session as I expected, but you know, we'll get there. For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us this evening. I have been your Dungeon Master. Thank you to my players for tagging along and intriguing themselves with my puzzles. And yeah, we will be back week after next with some more Shadows of Sorcery. For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us. Have a very good evening and a very good night. We are going to go and raid. We're gonna go raid a Kelu, because Kelu is streaming right now. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening, everyone. Have a very good evening and a very good night, and we shall see you all next time. Ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Melon.
Bye.